Hi all, today I'm going to show you how to use Scratch to create this solar system simulation. As you can see, the planets are all rotating around at different speeds to demonstrate how each of them travel around the sun in the center. So that's our aim today, to represent this and use Scratch. I apologize for my husky voice, I'm feeling a bit under the weather, but here we go. So if you open up a blank Scratch page, what you will need to do first is get your backdrop of a space background. That would be ideal. So down the bottom, if you go to choose backdrop from the library, and then if you click over on the side here for the space ones, you'll find a nice stars background in the sprite library. So you select that, and now we have our star background. You can delete over here, just press that little X button, and that will get rid of the plain white background. We'll just be using the space backdrop today. Now you can also see we have our little cat here. So obviously we don't need to use him, so we need to get the planets and the sun. Now what I have done already is I've Google searched. So if you just Google search an image of the sun, and save any of these images to your folder, which I've already done here. As you can see, I've already saved all my planets that I need. So we're going to start off with the sun. So I'm going to go over here to open up a new sprite. So I'm going to upload a new sprite. I've gone to my downloads folder and I'm going to upload a sun. Now, you can see there's all this white around the sun. Now we definitely don't want that. It's going to ruin our simulation. So if you make sure that the sun is selected, you can see there's a blue box around it. If you go up to costumes, you'll see an image here where we can now edit it. Now what you want to do is over here where this little wand is, it's a special little wand. It removes the background from a photo. So all you need to do is click and drag around the outside of your sun shape, like that. And now you can see that it is now a better image of the sun. Now you can see here there's still a bit of white there, which I'm a bit of a perfectionist, which I don't like. So you can always get the rubber and go around it to rub out all of that white as well. So you might have the same issue when you're creating it. And now if you click on the scripts tab, it is now saving, and now your sun is changed, and we can get rid of, right click, delete our cat. Now we want to make him obviously much smaller. We don't have much space on this screen, so we're going to need to make it smaller. So what we're going to do is we're going to start. You can press this shrink button and shrink it down like that until you get to an appropriate size. Because we're going to be doing multiple planets and I want to get the sizing relative to each other, what I want you to do is insert a flag when clicked, then go to the control. We want the forever function, so this is going to happen forever throughout our little animation here. And in the looks, there is a set size to, there it is there, percentage size. So if I make this 100, it is going to be 100% of the size. And you press the flag, it goes to the 100%. So if we want it much smaller, all right, now that's at 20%. We might make it a little bit bigger at about 22%. That is a nice size. I'm going to stop. Okay, it happening now. So now we've got our size. Right, the second thing we need to do is we want to place our sun into the middle of the screen. So as you know, there is a hidden Cartesian plane behind this background right now. So in the middle of it at 0, 0, that is where we want to start. Okay, so we're going to get the go to function. When the flag is clicked, we want it to go to 0, 0. Double click, 0, 0. Now, if we press the flag, that will center it nicely. So it's pretty close anyway. The last thing I want to add to my sun is another when clicked function. And again, we want this to happen forever throughout the whole animation. We're also going to place in a little wait function, and we're going to make our sun turn. Right, we're just going to make it turn around on the spot, right, to add a little bit of animation for our sun instead of it just being a still picture. So the turn function can be found in motion, okay, and we're going to turn it just 1 degree every second. So when we click this flag button, right, you may see it slowly turning each time. You can obviously change that if you like, it's up to you. Right, so that is part one, inserting the sun. The next thing we want to do is insert our next planet. Now, as you hopefully will know, right, Mercury is our next planet. So we want to upload a new sprite. Right, so we're going to do that same process. Okay, so we want to go to costumes and remove this background. I'm going to zoom out a little bit here. Go to our magic wand. Go around the outside of Mercury. Not the best job, but hopefully it still works nicely. And there we go. Alright, got rid of our background. Click on scripts, and that will save it. Okay, so the programming of each planet I'm going to break down into 4 different sections. The first one is the size. So that's our first when clicked. So let's do that first. So again, we want to go to control and to our forever function. Okay, and then we want to go to our looks and bring over our set size function. And I'm going to set it to 4%. Press the green flag, and there he is there. He's been shrunk down. That little Mercury just there. You can obviously make it slightly bigger if you like. Okay, the next thing we need to do is get another when clicked. Okay, I'm going to stop my functions from happening. Okay, and now we need to go to a starting point. Now each planet will start at different points on our screen here. Okay, so I've prepared this earlier. Okay, so we're going to go to X is going to be 35 and Y is going to be -7. Okay, so that's where it's going to go. Now, to make this move around in a nice circle around the sun, we need to get it pointing in the right direction. And this does take a lot of time. If you want to do it from scratch, feel free. If you don't want to use my pointers here, it can be quite challenging and time consuming, but I certainly enjoy the challenge. We're going to point it in the direction 6 degrees. Right, so that's the second thing we need to do with each planet. The third thing, get another flag when clicked, block, is how far we want it to move. Okay, so it keeps rotating around each time. So we want this obviously happening the whole time. So we want our forever function. Then what we want to do is we want it to move 8 steps. Okay, so 8 steps. A step is basically 1 pixel on the screen. Okay, so it's going to move 8 pixels on the screen, 8 steps. Then after the 8 steps, it is then going to turn. Okay, it's going to turn 12 degrees. After it turns 12 degrees, then we want it to just wait a very short period of time because Mercury moves quite quickly around the sun. We only want it to wait at 0.02 of a second. Okay, so when I press the flag button, right, you'll see it move 8 steps, turn, and then wait, move, turn, wait, and then it will move all the way around in a nice circle around the sun. Here we go. Lovely. Now, there's one more thing that we want to do with each of our planets, and that is to make it draw a line of orbit around the sun. So what you want to then do is insert pen down, set pen size to 2, set pen color to green. Press the green flag, and there you go. You will now need to repeat this numerous times for all the other planets.